Hey guys, today I bring you this kind of sultry summer look, and I was inspired by the Caribbean because I really wanted to play with yellow because I don't do that enough, given that I find yellow is very brightening to the eyes, and I realized that every yellow toned look I've done in the past has been like a pinup style, like yellow liner, and that's it. So I decided to go with a smokier look today with the yellow, and to make it a little different. And an idea I had was to inspire myself with the Caribbean, like the yellow sands, and then have the bright blue-green on the lower lash line, and I love the finished effect. I think the colors are very summer. Anyways, if you would like to see how I got this Caribbean-inspired look for summer, then please stay tuned. The first thing to start with is a nice base. When I'm working with yellows, I like to use a white base, or today I'm using a bright gold base. It just brings out the color nicely. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo. It's from their Metal line, and this is Gold Rush. As you can see, it's a bright yellow. This one is a little bit tricky to work with because it is mainly shimmer, but I do find once you put eyeshadow on top, it tends to settle down well. So I just pulled this on my lid, and the first couple colors I'm using are fairly matte, so it will tone down the shimmeriness while still keeping that bright yellowy tone. Okay, so the first color I'm going in with is one of my Kiss My Sass colors. I used this in my yellow look I put up last year at this in the summer. This is called Firestarter. If you can see, it's a kind of a marigold type yellow. It's pretty bright and a little bit more on the orange side, and it's matte and it's very pigmented. If you're not wanting to go out and get Kiss My Sass colors, NYX has a yellow called Mellow Yellow that you could use instead. It's not quite as pigmented, which is why I opted for the mineral color, but it will get the job done. So what I'm doing is just packing that all over the lid. And when I use mineral makeup, what I do is I pick up a little bit and then I tap it off until no product is flying off. So basically you're tapping away most of the product, but if you're tapping it back in the lid, you're not wasting it, and it's just you don't want to have any left over on the brush or you'll get fallout everywhere. So I tap it off a lot and then I pack it on, and you just kind of want to take a little at a time and build it up versus just packing it all on at once, because that's going to make a mess. So I'm packing that all over my lid, just covering that base completely, because that's what I want the main color to be on my lid. And then I'm going in with my other Kiss My Sass color I'm using today. Ooh, made a mess. This is called Blossom. If you can see, it's a light peachy pink. It's not too bright, but it's just going to create a nice matte transition. If you don't have any blush, that kind of color will work well. You don't even need an eyeshadow. Any peachy color is going to pair well with that yellow and just blend it out. So fluffing that through the crease, once again making sure to tap off the excess, and then blending out the edges to make sure it's not harsh. And then I'm going to start building up my outer corner. I want it to be a little darker because since I'm doing so much on the bottom, I wanted a little darkness on top so it wasn't so bottom heavy. So I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, just taking these bottom two colors. First, I'm just taking the bronze and fluffing that through the outer third of the lid. Putting that down exactly where I'm putting the darker color is just going to kind of help me to blend it, because this dark color is very pigmented. So then I'm taking that dark brown, and I'm, just like with my mineral shadows, I am tapping off the excess because it is extremely pigmented and I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm taking that and just fluffing that on the outer third there, and then blending it out a lot because it looks very harsh. And you can see that the finished effect's not too dramatic, it's just going to create a little definition out there. And then my next step was to redefine that yellow shape. So I'm taking Firestarter once again and applying it everywhere except for where that dark brown is. The color I'm putting on top is one of my Prestige Total Intensity eye colors in Crave. This isn't a necessary step, but this is kind of a shimmery lighter gold, and I put it over that yellow because I wanted it to go a little more yellow versus like beigey gold. So I'm packing that on top. It's going to add a little metallic to it, just add a little pretty gold effect. So, and then I found that the line had gotten a little harsh between the yellow and the dark, so I just took the brush that I applied the dark brown with and kind of fluffed between just to blend them a little more. So then I moved into my lower lash line to get that beautiful green. I'm using one of my favorite eyeliners. I love the formula of these as well as this color. It's really beautiful with my eye color, but I think it'd be pretty with anyone's eye color. It's Jane Water Resistant Eyeliner in Teal. It's just that. And I just went ahead and closed my eyes and got that on the waterline and tightline. It's a pretty wearable version of a teal versus like a brighter like blue. This is pretty wearable, so I'm just doing that. I'm going to go ahead and smudge that out on the lower lash line using a very similar eyeshadow color. This is another Prestige Total Intensity one in Hypnotized. It's a teal but with like a greener duochrome to it. So just going to use a pencil brush to smoke out that lower lash line, and then you're just going to take a blending brush and really buff it out because you want it to keep it soft so there's no harsh line down. Into the top a little, I'm going to take on my same pencil brush a little bit of that dark brown and put it in the outer corner of the outer third of the lower lash line, pulling it up in like a line to connect to the top, and then once again buff it out. That's just going to keep the top and bottom somewhat connected. And then I went ahead and applied some color to the inner corner. I decided to keep it pretty bright in there by using a gold again. This is Crave, and you'll see that it doesn't look quite as yellow when you apply it on bare skin. So I'm just taking that on a brush and packing that on the inner corner, and then I'm just going to use my finger to buff that out so it's not quite as intense, but still bright, nice and bright in there. I personally felt that I needed some more darkness and definition up top because it was looking very bottom heavy because that yellow was so bright and that teal was kind of smoky. So I'm taking, I wanted a brown liner versus a black just to be a little softer, a little more flattering. I don't personally have a liquid brown liner right now, so I'm just using a gel, but any brown liner that's going to create some definition will do. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Lacquer liner in Espresso, and I'm just using the brush that comes with it to create a somewhat medium thickness line just all the way across, pretty much the same thickness, just tapering at the inner corner. I wanted to just smoke that out a little bit, so I'm applying that dark brown using an angled brush over it just to smoke it out and fill in any gaps in the liner. Last step's going to be mascara. Get those lashes nice and coated. It's going to really be what pulls the look together and makes it look super pretty and nice. This is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto, and I just got 2 coats on the top, 1 on the bottom, and that is my finished eye look. So for the cheeks, I'd already applied a lot of highlight and bronzer, and I decided to leave it at that. You can obviously add like a peachy blush to tie into that crease work you did, but I did go ahead and do some lip color. I just wanted to keep it pretty simple, something that would kind of nude out my lips, add a little peachy color. So nice and wearable is the Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain by Revlon in Charm. You can see it gives you that peachy color without being like a full-on lip color, and I love it. Okay, that is my finished look inspired by the Caribbean. I love the way that yellow looks so bright, but it still has a smoky effect with all the liner going on. So I really love this look. I hope you guys do too. If you try it out, be sure to let me know. Also like the video if you like it. Subscribe to see more from me. If you do, I will see you in 2 days with a new video. And if not, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!